Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And look at this, oh yeah, lovely bright sunshine. So a very happy 4th of July, happy birthday America, and happy birthday to you if your birthday is today. And we're going to do something a little patriotic by way of using prize ribbon, barn door and lost shadow. So we're going to use those three colours, and I'm using my personal haul which I shared with you yesterday, and I've used this one to do a project and that one to do a project, and we're going to do these tags in those lovely patriotic colours. I've put these now, if you remember the haul yesterday, the frames come separate and then you buy those separately as well, but they all layer onto the large tag. So I've just put all mine into the same bag so that I know they're a set and I never lose them. But I just want to share with you the first project that I made because it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, we've got bright sunshine on it. Isn't that lovely? So easy. That's what I love. And there's space here for a happy birthday or a Merry Christmas or whatever you want. You know, you could put a little fluffy pom-pom if you've got a little or what, those tiny little fluffy balls you get from Dollar Tree. You could pop that up on his hat there and put a Merry Christmas sentiment. Or even springtime, you know, you could put a little yellow hat, sort of like denoting he's in a little yellow raincoat and stuff like that. But just super easy. Just really enjoyed making that. And that finished card with the black layer underneath that frame is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, I do believe. But I will get my ruler out just to make sure. No, it's not. It's 4 inches. So that is a 4-inch square finished card. But you could get your white gel pen out and put a little highlight on his nose there, but he's just so sweet, so easy to make. I just really love it. So that's my make from yesterday's haul. But we're going to get patriotic, so I'm going to move those out of the way. And I am going to be up again tomorrow making more stuff from my haul. And I'm going to put my scruffy mat down because we're going to do a little bit of inking. And as I said, it's the tags that we're going to be doing. So I've got myself a piece of kitchen paper in case I need it, and we are using these three colours. Now I'm using Lost Shadow because I'm using my Walmart watercolour paper, and I have cut all three out. So I'm leaving my base white, but I'm colouring the tops, and then of course using my lovely new glue to stick them down. But you don't get easier than this really. So I think the first colour I'm going to go in with is my prize ribbon, so I'll just move those. I'm going to put my prize ribbon onto this one. So I've got all my ink blendy doodahs ready. So here's my, you know, I'm being organised. Make the most of it, that's what I say. Right, so into the prize ribbon, and I might spritz these with some water, but I think I've got sufficient on there. And I'm just going to go round and around and around. Now this paper of course is watercolour cardstock, and that means it's absorbent, so you may find yourself using a little bit more ink than you normally would when you're using a watercolour cardstock. And I apologise if everything is sliding around. So there is our first one, and it is blue. So I have to clean my mess up. I'm going to put that off to the side to dry. I have to clean my mess up because otherwise I'm going to end up contaminating the next colour. So I've gone and put everything on top of my kitchen paper, and I'm going to use my spritz bottle just to wet the mat. I just got this from Walmart, and I think it was a couple of dollars, but it's quite a good quality bottle. I've had it for a few years. You know, because some of them, they can get, you know, weird and clogged up on you, or they just stop working altogether. But that one there from Walmart has worked really well. And that's the label that's left on it. So if you're thinking about a squirty bottle, because it'll sort of like do a very fine mist or little drips and blobs, whatever it is you want. And then next up, I'm going to do my red. So I need my red blending tool. I'll pop that one there. And my barn door. And I hope I'm not going all blurred on you. Once again, another lovely strong colour. Just go round and round. And I've seen people hold their blending tools by the handle, and I actually prefer to hold it like that. I just think it gives me more control. I have tried doing it with the handle, and I think at one point I was getting so aggressive with my blending on one thing I was doing, and this is quite a long time ago. I actually broke the handle on my blending tool. But, you know, if that ever happens to you, a bit of hot glue will just stick it right back on. Because I think they're done, you know, created and stuck down with hot glue anyway. So there's our red one. Just move that and clean up the mess. I've got a lovely piece of red, white and blue kitchen paper now. Right, I think that's all gone. Hope I haven't set anyone seasick. Make sure I've got no bits, because the next one, ooh, there's a bit there. So let's get that up. The next one is going to be the Lost Shadow, which is kind of a pale grey white. And that's this one. So I'm just moving my blending tools out of the way now. And the only reason I'm putting this on, as I say, I want it to kind of like contrast with the white behind. So I'm just loading that up, and I'm checking my fingers, because you see I've got red on there, and the last thing I want to do is turn this one pink. So I think I'll hold it with my thumb, and it's very, very slight. I do like this one. It's great if you've dipped it with a brush and some water, and you can splash it onto anything. Put a bit more on there. So you can see I've been quite generous with the Lost Shadow. And of course what's nice about this as well is you can't see your fingerprints when you're holding it down. So that one is my white one. Right, I'm just going to pause a second while they dry, and I'll be right back. Right, so I think those are sufficiently dry, and I'm just going to spritz them with a few blobs of water. And I'm just going to leave that on there just for a couple of seconds, just to move that ink, and then I'm going to blob it up. So that's my red one, and of course these are going to have to dry. So I'm just going to move that to there. I'll move that one there actually, because I don't want to contaminate that with blue. And I've got that one, so I'm going to put there. And then I'm using a piece all of its own to just gently blob that one. And I'll show you a close-up of this after when it's dry, because this is a great way to do a really quick and easy snow type background for Christmas cards. So I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll come right back and we'll just glue them together. Right, so these are almost dry, and I've decided, I've actually received some stamps from Mango Craft, and I'm sharing these on Friday, but if you look there, we've got flower centres. So I'm going to be up on Friday with these, but I'm just going to steal the centres for now and pop those onto my tag and see what that looks like, because I think it's going to look quite nice. So I'm just opening up the package, not wanting to spoil the Friday surprise, and just steal those two centres for now. So there's one. They look like little gumdrops, and there's two. So I just need my stamp block, which is here, and I'm just going to do that by hand. Let's give it a quick wipe, and I think I'm going to go in with the largest one first, because I can see where the bigger flowers are, if you know what I mean, and I'm going to try and position it. So I'll just move those two out of the way for now and concentrate on this one. And I'm using my archival because it's waterproof and my tags are still a wee bit damp. So I'm just tapping my ink on, and let's have a look at what we've got here. If I put that there. Ooh, quite like that. So I'm using the big one first because your flowers are different sizes on these tags. So I'm kind of thinking about the orientation of this one. I'm going to go there. So that's it with the big one for that one. And I think I've got a couple of areas here for the big one. So I think it's here, just a little bit there, and then here. Right, I'll get my kitchen paper again and get that up, and then I think there's just one area here that I can use the large one on, and that's in that point there. So I've got a little bit going on there. Ooh, that's quite cute. Just gonna dab my stamp, get any excess ink off, and now it's time for the tiny one. Gonna move that. Right, so I've basically put them all here now so I can see what I'm doing. I hope everyone's going to have a great day today. I'm just going to be, you know, in the garden. That's what I'm going to be. Right, so I'm going to go there with that. Well, I quite like that. Kind of brings the flowers on them to life. And then I'm going to go there. And of course, if you've got a set of stamps with the flower centre, then you can do exactly the same thing. Then I am going to have to move that one because I need to get into here. And I'm just going to put a little tiny touch on the end. Right, that's that one finished. I'm going to wipe that off. Come in with this one. And straight there, I think, for that one. And a little bit off the edge here. It's amazing how much using a flower centre has actually changed the look of this. And then I think I've just got one at the top there. So I'm just going to try and get it centre and pop it down there. Right, okay. Clean my stamp off and hide it away again. Put the lid on. Right, I'm just going to leave those to dry for a couple of seconds and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's my 3 white base blanks and my lovely new glue, which I shared, last week. And we're going to put a few dots on the back of the white one first. Just random places. Now, if you actually look at this die set on the website, you'll see that they've been elevated up on foam dots to give it a kind of shadow, and that looks really nice too. But I'm just going to lay mine down flat. So I know that I need to line up my hoops at the top. Give that a little press. So that's my first tag. And then the same with this one, we'll do the blue. And I'm just using a couple of dots here and there. Do that little bit there. Line that one up. And give it a press. And then last but not least, the red one. Same thing again, you want your hoop to be fixed down quite well. So I'm just adding dots in necessary places that need securing. And while I've got my bottle in my hand, I'm just going to pop a pin in there. And let's glue this one. Once again, lining up the hoop at the top. Lining it up at the bottom. And give it a press. I think that's all stuck down. So here, my paper's gone all wobbly, hasn't it? I have to straighten myself up. I hope you can see that. I'm just going to give that a squeeze. So there's our red one with those flowery centres. And there's the blue one. And then there is the white one. Now we want to get close up on that. See how lovely and mottled that is. Just great for a snowy background on a Christmas card. Just love those. So those are my patriotic tags, and I'm just grabbing the bear card because I made that one. And I just think it's absolutely fabulous. So there they are. Right. I hope you have an absolutely awesome day. I truly do. And I thank you so much for joining me today. And I'll be up tomorrow with more from my personal haul. As usual, all links below. Bye.